Hey guys, UltraMaximus back with another retro review, and since we're right in the middle of Christmas and New Year's, I figured I'd do another holiday special. And it is the Star Wars Holiday Special. Yes, the infamous Star Wars Holiday Special. This was aired on television in the holiday season of 1978. It was actually November 17th, 1978. Only broadcast one time. It's never been shown again because Lucas hates this thing, and it was badly received by the fans. But now it's a cult classic. People they look for this thing. You can actually look for it on YouTube. It's on YouTube. There are several posts of it in its entirety and in like 10-minute blocks. It's 2 hours long. It aired from 8 to 10 on CBS. It preempted The Incredible Hulk and Wonder Woman. And yeah, kind of interesting. We'll take a look at the cover here. This is a burned copy I got from the Comic Carnival. They had a section of like bootleg cult movies and things like that, stuff you can't find normally. And this was one of them, and I snatched it up really quick because I had never watched it in its entirety. I've only seen portions of it. And it's got the cover. Here's the cover. It's got Chewbacca and his family, featuring the first appearance of Boba Fett. I love that. And here's what the side of it looks like. Star Wars Holiday Special in the Star Wars font. And this is the back side of it. There's I think that's the Cantina group up there, and it gives some information who it stars. There's Princess Leia and C-3PO, and then down at the bottom you've got R2 and 3PO and Luke and Han, and I believe that's Chewbacca's wife in the red dress. Why someone who is covered in fur needs to wear a dress, I don't know. So yeah, interesting. So what this is about, Han Solo is trying to get Chewbacca back home to Kashyyyk so he can celebrate Life Day, which is basically the Wookiee Christmas, what it seems like. And he's, this is kind of an odd one, man. It just is a really strange show. It's a variety show type thing where it's got multiple segments and it cuts to different scenes and all that kind of stuff. But it kind of follows a basic plot outline of Chewbacca trying to get back. The Empire's trying to find the rebels. Of course, they're occupying Kashyyyk. And it's kind of funny because it's the Wookiee homeworld, but the only Wookiees you ever see are these Wookiees. You don't see any other Wookiees on Kashyyyk. It's very strange. And yeah, just kind of odd. Very strange. Like I said, the basic plot is Chewie trying to get back home to his family. And his family, which we see right here, there's Chewbacca and his wife up there, and then that's his dad and his son. And the names are, that's Itchy. It really is Itchy. That is Lumpy, and the wife here is Mala. And they are, and I got to go to the Wikipedia page to get the actual names. They're short because Chewbacca, his nickname was Chewie, so they have actual Wookiee names, and they are, let's see, where are they at? I can never pronounce these right to save my life. Okay, so Itchy is Atta Chittukuk. Yeah. Mala is Mala Tobuk, and Lumpy is Lumpa Waru. So those are the actual names of the characters. And there are scenes that are stock footage from the Star Wars films, like Han Solo. It starts out with Solo and Chewbacca, and they're running from the Empire. Vader makes an appearance in there. And Luke shows up, and Luke and Leia show up in video conferences. Mala's trying to call all of Chewbacca's friends to find out where he is, what's going on, have they heard from him. And they're all, of course, very worried. We know he's going back home for Life Day. It's very important. Ooh. like everybody celebrates Life Day or something. And yeah, it's kind of interesting, and it's intercut with a bunch of scenes. Like I don't know why, there's a scene on Tatooine with B. Arthur, of all people. She runs a bar in Tatooine that is very similar to the bar that we see in Mos Eisley, and there's a singing number in it. She actually does a singing number, which is very, very strange. Harvey Korman is also in it. He plays a couple of characters. He plays a tradesman on Kashyyyk who is a friend of Chewbacca's family, but he's basically a collaborator to the rebels and runs interference with the Imperials. And he's also in the Tatooine scene, I believe. I think he's the guy chasing Beatrice, her character. So, yeah, kind of interesting. There's also an animation scene with the very first actual appearance of Boba Fett, which is pretty cool. I've seen that animation scene a few times prior to this, and I didn't know it actually came from the holiday special. And it's interesting. It's a Toronto animation company, I believe, that did it, and it's got a very familiar. It reminds me of some other anime, but it's very stylized. The colors look very dot matrix comic booky. Of course, this was done in the 70s, so and it's a very interesting cartoon. And Mark Hamill actually does the voice of Luke Skywalker, and I believe C-3PO. Yeah, C-3PO, Anthony Daniels, is in it as well. So, yeah, very interesting. It's definitely worth watching at least once. And if you're a Star Wars fan, if you can get a copy like this, it is fantastic to have in your collection, and you can torture your friends by making them watch the holiday special. It was not received very well at all when it was broadcast. It's never been broadcast again. The only way that you can see this is people actually, they recorded it in 1978, and they transferred it to DVDs and transferred it to digital formats, and it's on YouTube and file sharing programs, and people make bootleg movies like this that you can get at conventions and such. So it is out there. It's available. You can download it and burn a copy for yourself, and I'm sure you can find pictures like this and set it up. I've actually had this copy for a while. I think I've had this close to 10 years, because this was before downloading was really popular, and you had the access to nice printers and CD burners and stuff. That equipment was still pretty expensive when this was around. So I bought this for like, I think, $20 because it was worth me buying the bootleg from somebody else at the time. So yeah, pretty interesting, pretty cool. I thought it was kind of interesting and fun. If you've never seen it, check it out. Go look at it. It's very interesting. And there's a very creepy scene with, I'll never forget, the grandfather, the dad, Chewbacca's dad, actually has virtual sex with a video game. He puts his helmet thing on, and he's essentially having virtual sex with this character, which is kind of creepy. It just like, wow. And there's a lot of psychedelic 70s stuff going on in it. And of course, at the end, Chewbacca shows up, and they fool the Imperials, and then the entire cast come together, and hey, happy Life Day, and this and that and the other, and then Princess Leia sings the theme song to the show, and it's an interesting train wreck to watch for sure. And George Lucas absolutely loathes this thing. Supposedly, one of his friends from college, from USC Film School, was tapped to direct it, but walked away from the project, and supposedly Lucas was happy with it, because Lucas didn't have any involvement with it. This was all done by the folks at Fox to kind of, ride the wave of Star Wars phenomenon in the late 70s after the release of the first film. So, it's a shame they never actually re-released it. I'd actually like an official release of this. I think it would be very cool, and have interviews with the actors and what they thought of it and memories of doing it. I think would be really fun and be really different, because even though it is so horribly bad, it's so bad it's good. You know, one of those kind of things. So there you go, the Star Wars Holiday Special. Yeah, happy Life Day, guys, and Happy New Year. Yeah, no, we're just not even going to do that.